Hey guys, in today's micro lecture, we're going to talk about assessing the pulse. Now, the pulse is something that you will assess on every single patient that you treat. You will not only assess it when you first meet them within the first few minutes, but you will also continually reassess it throughout your journey. That's what will make you safe as a paramedic, to monitor any changes. Now, as you can see on this image, there are many different pulse sites. However, there are some key pulse sites that we tend to go to as a paramedic, but that doesn't mean that we can't go elsewhere. So what is a pulse? When the heart contracts, it sends a rhythmic contraction down the arterial circulation and allows when you're assessing a pulse, that's what you're feeling. You're feeling the contraction of the ventricles, the left ventricle, pushing the rhythmic contraction down the arterial systematic circulation. Now, anywhere where an artery crosses a bone, you're going to be able to feel a pulse. And these are the key areas here. Now, when you first meet a patient and you're doing your primary survey, by far the most common pulse site is the radial artery. Now, the radial artery, if you follow the thumb down and push gently in there, that's the radial artery. Now, sometimes you have to push hard, other times you have to push weak. If you push too hard, you can squash the radial artery and you don't feel it. Other times, if you don't push hard enough, you'll never be able to feel it. So it is really a clinical thing to be able to feel radial pulses on everybody. However, if the patient is looking pale and clammy and unwell and there's no radial artery, then you would feel somewhere else. And usually the paramedics tend to go for the carotid artery, but you can go for the brachial artery as well. It really is just a clinical judgment. When you're assessing the pulse, you're assessing the rate, in other words, how fast it is. You're assessing the regularity. Is it regular or irregular? Is it regularly irregular or irregularly irregular? You're also assessing the strength. Is it weak or is it strong? So this is just a couple of hints and tips. Now, whenever you're feeling for circulation, you're not just assessing the pulse. You can also assess what's called the capillary refill time. Now, we do a capillary refill time either on the thumb, on the finger, on the head. And what we do is we see how the nail bed is nice and red. When you press it, it goes white, and you press it for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you let go, and it should go red or pink again within 2 seconds. Okay, guys, well, that's a snapshot of assessing the radial pulse and the circulation. My name is Sam Willis, and I hope you found this micro lecture useful. Thanks, guys. Take care.